Oh, you go, and then I'll go.
68, and you saying that? I guess I was in 67. I can tell you that lineup, from top to bottom. But
Wow.
I'm 10 years old then. But
those are good years.
LaRussa gives these guys time off, and all the time it seems like.
Only Yachty. Yachty gets a day off every week.
Let me throw this in
gets a day off every week.
really fast before I forget. The Cardinals usually, remember, they play in the NL Central, and I always say being the best team in the NL Central is like being the prettiest girl with a mustache. But this year it's different. Usually you can be a little bit better than average. You can just be on the bottom side of good and win the NL Central. This year, Milwaukee's just a good team. They're just flat out a really good team. So the Cardinals can't skate by with just being good enough this season. They have to be really good, and they're not. They're not playing on the same level as Milwaukee. So that's a lot of seasons you can get by with being a few 10, 15 games maybe over 500 and have it in the bank, but not this year. Milwaukee's too good.
Let me for instance here. Yesterday's game, the Cardinals get all their runs, all their hits basically the first 4 innings. From inning 5 on, zippo. Now, Milwaukee, if they'd been in the same thing, they just stepped on the neck of the Cubs and would have won the game probably by 5 or 6 runs. The Cardinals just don't do that. They get 4 or 5 runs and they think, well, that'll be enough, and it usually never is, and they just can't turn it on and off. For a team that's supposedly the best hitting team percentage-wise, it seems like to me they struggle big time.
Well, they've also hit the most double plays.
Colby Rasmus, trading Colby for Edwin Jackson. It's like, with Colby, I know you got his father, but it was like Kurt Warner. When you got him, you got his wife, too.
I think it came down to LaRussa or Rasmus.
Exactly.
And it wasn't going to be LaRussa.
No, they butted heads too often, and like you said, Eric, it wasn't going to be LaRussa. So they had to do something with Rasmus, and I don't think they got the best deal they could have, but they had to get rid of Rasmus because they were never going to get along.
Kurt Warner won. Colby hasn't won yet.
There's that, too. Hey, thank you for the phone call. Excellent call.
Thanks for the call. 529-1450, 529-1450. I think I've been saying all season long that I want Tony out, so that's how I would fix that problem.
People have been saying that. Yeah,
we got another
crazy.
one? No, he left us too. All right, I wanted to throw you the curveball going back to
I'm ready.
The Miami situation, and I want to tie in Terrell Pryor with it now too.
Yep.
They want to suspend him 5 games now in the NFL.
Ridiculous.
Well, on the surface, I thought the same, but whatever. He's not going to play anyway. At least he's going to get suspended. And have some sort of punishment. Would you punish Frank Gore, make him sit 5 games for all of his stuff at Miami, or the guys that are being brought up now?
And that's the thing, and that's why I think
they're going to the past now with Pryor.
I thought the exact same thing when I heard this, Stark. I'm glad you said that, because I was like, you tell me what NFL rule this kid broke that he has to be suspended from 5 NFL games. There aren't any.
Not a one.
He didn't break one NFL rule, not one. So then you have to go back. Although we better suspend Reggie Bush.
Right, they should. If they're going to suspend Terrell Pryor, they should.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't suspend this kid for something he did in college. That is ridiculous.
Right, they're being hypocritical because the supplemental draft is exactly for people like him, and they're going to punish him for doing that.
What about like an 18-year-old? What about like an 18-year-old high school kid who gets in trouble his senior year? Are they going to suspend him when he gets to the NFL too? How far back do you go in guys' past to suspend them for the NFL?
Richmond got kicked off his Waukegan high school team. Illinois should have saw that coming, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
529-1450 is our phone number. Good morning. You're on Sports 101. Go ahead. It's you.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello. We're talking to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're cool.
On the Miami issue, I think the NCAA has only got 2 choices here. They really do. If everything proves true, then either you're going to have to shut Miami down for a year, which I don't have a problem with since it seems like they're worse than SMU, or if they don't want to hurt the innocent, well, let's face it, you need to go after the people that were there, such as the basketball coach who's now at Missouri, or the administrators that may be somewhere else, and simply tell those institutions, look, if you're going to keep them, then we're going to put sanctions on you because you hired them.
I have always agreed with that. I have always thought that the sanctions should not stay with the school so much, but follow around the guys who actually mess them up. That's see, I agree with you totally on that, and I don't think they should shut down Miami. I don't like this death penalty talk.
I don't either.
I think it's a little bit. I mean, not that it's.
Well, a
too,
lot of the some
not
of
that
those
it's too
football guys
harsh.
now are in Alabama, is what I hear. A lot of the guys that were coaches in Miami at the time when a lot of this was going down, they're at Alabama now.
If by some chance they give Miami the death penalty, that's going to stop every other college, right?
That'll
okay.
clean it up. That'll teach them.
Yeah, Florida State will still be paying their players too. 529-1450 is our phone number. Good morning. You're on Sports 101. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I definitely disagree with the death penalty. I think something needs done because all those players that have been playing, you know, their whole career, now they finally get to go to Miami, and now they have to suffer the consequences for what they did.
And what do these 18 and 19-year-old kids at Miami have anything to do with this? You know, why are we punishing them? That's ridiculous.
I also feel that they're punishing Terrell Pryor because not only did he lie about it, they got him before the fact. Like Frank Gore, you can't go back 5 years later now and say, hey, you did this 10 years ago, we got you. You know, that's just...
Yeah.
Well, they took Reggie Bush's Heisman from him.
But, and I want to know, though, I mean, what does the official form say that they sent Terrell Pryor? You are suspended 5 games for violating the NFL policy of.
Right. And then they just mumble. They're just like...
There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing like, you're suspended. Well, for what? Yeah, it's...
You almost
just
feel like
sit out, shut up.
You almost feel like they felt like, oh, we have to do something. He did wrong. He was in college.
Yeah.
We have to make sure he has some kind of punishment.
Yeah, just because it doesn't sit right with the brass that what he did last season and how he didn't return for his 5-game suspension, it doesn't matter. That's a whole different company. That's not you. So
you know, I thought for a long time that Roger Goodell was doing a good job, but I began to think that his head wouldn't get through a regular door now. I begin to think the ego is really starting to set in big time.
He loves it.
Yeah, and if I'm a kid in college and I know now that, well, I'm not going to get caught for 5 years and then all I got to do is get put on the news a little bit and maybe get suspended for 5 games, I'm still going to take $40,000 if I'm poor.
Oh, yeah. Right. 40,000 is a lot of money. Thanks for the call.
529-1450 is our phone number. You're listening to Sports 101 here on Sports Radio 1450. Lots of good stuff. We're going to change it up and talk a little NBA maybe, and then wrap things up here on Sports 101 on Sports Radio 1450.
How come my insurance guy